Here's two if statements, and we're trying to see if they're equivalent. Here we see if, else, if, else. So given our river analogy, essentially the first island is this else, and then if you chose that else, then there's another island. And so if we're analyzing this, it's mutually exclusive paths down the river. A little bit tougher to analyze. Instead of a specific value, we've got to come up with useful values. And the useful values are A, B, and something else. And so if it's A, it will go down this path. If it's B, it'll go down this path. Anything else will go down this path. So mutually exclusive. Now let's analyze this. And superficially it looks the same. If A, do this. If B, do this. But these separate if statements are side trips. And so it's possible that we do one or more of the side trips just because it's set up if we don't have the logic quite right. So let's try A. If it's A, out is X, but then would we do any of these others? We wouldn't do this one. So if it's A, we do this side trip, A. If it's A, we don't do this one. But if character is not equal to A or it's not equal to B, it's A, so it's not equal to B, so this is true or is true, so we would do this one. And so for the value A, we do this and that side trip. So we'll do two, not mutually exclusive. So it depends again on what your problem is that you're trying to solve. Do you want to allow the possibility of multiple side trips or not? And in this case, could we make this, the one on the right, equivalent to one on the left? And yes, if we were to make this the and, if we were to make that ampersand, then it would be if it's not equal to A and it's not equal to B, then Z. And then these two would be equivalent. But which is more complex? A simple else or coming up with a more complex logic to do this? So if you're meeting mutually exclusive paths through your code, use else statements. If you want to allow multiple possibilities, use multiple if statements. When I'm looking at code to see if there's, reviewing it for others to see if there's problems, when I see multiple if statements, I tend to look closer because of this complexity here. There's more likely that there's problems in code. It's not always true, but sometimes it's difficult to get these right.